It's time for your statewide Alabama weathercast.
Good afternoon. I'm meteorologist Drew McCombs with the Alabama Weather Network, and this is your afternoon forecast update. And we've got a beautiful but cool day going on across the state. We've got mostly sunny skies across the northern part of the state. Then towards the south, you've got some high clouds filtering in from the west, but generally that's about it. Very calm day, and again, very nice day, except for the fact that it's kind of chilly out there, especially as you move further towards the north. Let's take a look at our SkyCam network here. Florence Renaissance Cam there atop the Renaissance Shoals, looking out towards Wilson Dam, and it's a nice blue skies there. Again, a few high clouds here and there. We've warmed up actually to 51 degrees, so we got above 50 degrees. That's good to see. Still a very dry air mass in place around 23 degrees for the dew point, so definitely feeling that out there. If you're out in the wind, you see it is gusting up to 25 miles per hour, so we're getting occasional gusts of wind, especially as you move a little bit higher up off the ground, but generally still not super breezy. Looking at Huntsville there, looking back towards the west, we've got some blue skies peeking through here and there, but again, some high clouds moving in, and it's only 42 degrees there atop Monte Sano. So again, if you get a little bit more elevation there, not quite as warm. Region Center, as we move towards the south in downtown Birmingham, it's 50 degrees there. And again, we're getting a gust of wind around 21 miles per hour, but see a good bit of blue skies there along with some of those high clouds. As we continue our tour, Mount Chihad looking beautiful as usual, 40 degrees there. Again, very dry air in place and beautiful skies there, sunshine coming in from the kind of top left corner of your screen. East Chilton County, 49 degrees there too, so upper 40s, low 50s, pretty common across the state. A beautiful view there as well in that part of the state. Spanish Fort, as we get down further towards Mobile Bay, it's 51 degrees there. Still not a whole lot warmer than it is further to the north. And again, the dew point's still in the 20s, so it's still very dry. Now, if we get all the way down to the coast, we'll see if we see much difference there. We're at Orange Beach now, a little bit warmer, around 55 degrees, but still very dry air mass in place. And again, you are getting an occasional gust around 30 miles per hour as far as the wind is concerned, although it really doesn't look too windy out there on the Gulf. Looks fairly flat in general. Here's your headlines, basically what we're watching for the rest of this coming weekend and through next week. So we're cold and dry today and tonight. So we can continue to be dry. It'll be chilly outside and then fairly cold again tonight. We expect to get back down into the 20s in many spots for tomorrow morning, or at least around freezing in many spots further to the south. Clouds do begin to increase though tomorrow as we move throughout the day. Moisture levels slowly increasing, and we'll have a chance of some showers, especially in the western and northwestern side of the state as we get into the evening. Most of the south should stay dry throughout the day tomorrow. Rain really returns in earnest on Sunday, the earlier in the day as far as the northern part of the state, and then kind of moving towards the south over the course of the day, but not expecting significant rainfall with that system. Temperatures right now, we've warmed up into the 50s across most of the state. It's 52 degrees in Greenville, 55 in Atmore. We're getting close to 60 degrees in Gulf Shores there, but as you move to the northeast, not quite as warm. It's 49 in Anniston and 48 in Huntsville. So again, still hanging on to some upper 40s to the northeast, whereas the rest of the state is at least warmed up into the 50s. And then as we look at our forecast highs, again, we expect to be in the 40s and 50s, and that's kind of where we've gotten there. Forecast lows for tonight are again down into the 20s in many spots, especially in the northern and northeastern corners. So places like Gadsden could get to around 20 degrees, 23 in Anniston. We'll see if we actually get some upper teens. I guess it's certainly possible there that we could get those in some of those colder pockets. Still expecting 28 degrees in Tuscaloosa, and as you move to the south, freezing a good ways down. Even places like Selma could get to below freezing, but as you move further to the south, we expect maybe low 40s closer to the coast. Forecast highs for tomorrow expect to be a little bit warmer than we got to today, with low 60s along South Alabama, 55 degrees in Selma, 52 in Birmingham. Of course, where the Iron Bowl's happening tomorrow night, we'll expect to get around 54 degrees before things start to cool off as you head into the game time, so it won't be quite that warm once the game starts at 6:30. Looking at our Futurecast, we'll kind of take a look at what's that's looking like for the game tomorrow. But first of all, again, the rest of today is very calm and chilly. And then again, we start to see the clouds increase as we move into tomorrow. This is around noon tomorrow. Few showers on the doorstep of northwest Alabama. Now, we have a dry air mass in place like we talked about. So it's going to take a little while once these showers get in here for it to moisten up the atmosphere enough to probably see any sort of rain actually reach the ground. So probably some of the showers that start showing up on radar early on will be just Virgo, where you're not seeing rain actually reaching the ground. It'll take a little while probably before those start to really see some sprinkles reaching the ground. But by tomorrow night, still expecting to be fairly light as far as any sort of rain showers that do move into North Alabama. And then again, as we look at Auburn, around the time that'll be a little bit after kickoff, upper 40s, and no rain around, just mostly cloudy skies at that point. And we expect the Iron Bowl to be dry and just kind of chilly out there. Now, as we look at Sunday, we see this system move through. And again, this is a fairly thin line of showers, not expecting significant rainfall at this, clearing behind it pretty quickly. So as we get into Sunday afternoon and evening, North Alabama, Tennessee Valley, and places along the I-2059 corridor and north already starting to clear out, at least for a little bit. It won't last for very long, but by that same time, we still got some showers lingering in South Alabama. Then as we get into Monday, clouds kind of increase again in the northern part of the state and kind of stay in the southern part of the state, and a few showers starting to move in Monday afternoon. So the next round of rain is kind of Monday night into Tuesday morning, and we expect this to be more significant rainfall totals potentially, especially in the southern part of the state. You see, early Tuesday morning, you've got some fairly significant showers in the southern part of the state, and of course, it's going to be a chilly rain. You can see here that we're going to be seeing temperatures in the 40s, and in some cases could be upper 30s where we've got rain falling. This is Tuesday, 7 o'clock in the morning, and again, some fairly heavy rainfall possible as we have a low pressure kind of moving through right along, looking like possibly right through the southern part of the state. Accordingly, the Weather Prediction Center has increased their forecast for rain. So now we're putting up totals over 2 inches in a fairly wide swath of kind of south central and southwestern Alabama. That would be very helpful and beneficial for some of these areas that are under drought. And further to the southeast, where there's also significant drought now, over an inch is being forecast. And throughout the entire state, looking like good chance pretty much everyone across the state is going to get over an inch of rain over the course of the next week, which again, most of that coming next Monday into Tuesday. All right, we've got our semifinal football games going on for the high school football playoffs, and it's looking chilly but nice and no weather issues as far as the football games for tonight. So starting off around kickoff in the low 40s to upper 30s, but again, through the course of the game, it'll be pretty chilly out there. So if you're going to any of these games, we'll certainly want you to bundle up, bring some blankets. It's going to be a chilly one out there for the northern part of the state especially, and still for the southern part of the state as well, starting off in maybe the mid 40s and then falling through the 40s and upper 30s over the course of the games for any of the ones in the southern part of the state. So again, it'll be fairly chilly, and you'll want to have some warmer jackets and things like that around just in case. Looking at your airport delays, just since it's a heavy travel time for the next few days, right now, not seeing any delays out there. You've got some snow showers up in the Great Lakes in the northeast, up towards the northern plains as well, but nothing that's enough to cause any issues so far with as far as airport delays are concerned. Now, looking at travel impacts, if you happen to be traveling tomorrow, bigger impacts we're going to be kind of in this swath from around Dallas, moving up through parts of Oklahoma and Arkansas, up through St. Louis to Chicago with this next system coming in. Here in Alabama, again, it will just be mainly late Saturday night. You might see a few showers moving in, but there shouldn't be anything significant there. But again, the main chances of any sort of disruptive weather would be further up towards the northwest. And then as we move into Sunday, which is going to be one of the biggest days for travel, obviously, a lot of that's going to be shifting into the northeast, where there's going to be basically the winter side of the storm that's bringing us rain will be coming through the northern part of the state, bringing mixed precipitation and snow. And so that could certainly cause some issues with the airports up in that area. And then further to the south, this red area here down along the Gulf Coast will be mainly just for some heavier rain that would be falling potentially with the system that brings us a little bit lighter totals on Sunday. All right, your 7-day forecast for the northern half of the state. Again, tomorrow looking sunny for at least the first part of the day before clouds start to increase, temperatures getting up into the low 50s. And then again, as we get into late Saturday night and into Sunday morning, we've got the showers coming through, but again, not expecting very big rain totals with that. Our lows moderate a little bit, but still down in the 30s for the next several days. We get a little bit of a break Monday kind of early, and then the rain moves back in, and that lasts through Tuesday, at least the morning time in the northern half of the state, before we start to dry out for at least a couple of days on Wednesday and Thursday and moderate temperatures just a little bit. Friday might have a spot shower, but that's not looking super wet at this point, but we'll fine tune that as we get closer to it. The southern half of the state tomorrow looking pretty nice, 62 degrees with a good bit of sunshine before we start to see clouds building in later on. And again, the rain chance is going to be more early Sunday morning through the day on Sunday for the southern half of the state. And then again, a little bit of a break Monday morning before we get Monday evening into Tuesday, the showers coming in again. And again, this could be the fairly significant rainfall totals for the southern half of Alabama, getting an inch or two of rain during that time period before we dry out Wednesday through Friday of next week and get back into the 60s. Well, that is your Alabama forecast update. We appreciate you watching us here on the Alabama Weather Network.